Hello and welcome to Screen Views. I'm Dave.
I'm James.
And this is the weekly podcast where we give our views on a film and TV show.
Each episode is unscripted, unedited, so anything can happen. Listeners should be aware that we do include spoilers, so feel free to fast forward, rewind, or simply buckle up and enjoy a somewhat coherent conversation.
Our podcast is based on the idea that there's no such thing as a bad movie. Therefore, for every review, we'll give a recommendation instead of a rating.
But first up, we're going to have a quick discussion about what we talked about last week to see if our opinions have changed.
Hello.
Yes, we're back again. We've just done a podcast on Deadpool, and this is our TV podcast.
Yep, that was the film strand. This is the TV strand.
Boom, boom. So last week we spoke about Legion. Yeah?
Yes, we did.
I've not caught up with any more episodes. I've not seen last week's episode now, even though I was saying how amazing it is.
I'm up to date.
I will watch it. I've heard it's amazing. My friend.
Luckily, we're in the re-review section where I can't give you any spoilers, James.
Yeah, or else it'll be mean. I seem to be stop recording now. Damn. Rules are out. I do. It's great love for the show, and there's nothing that just disappoints me there. And I hope more people watch it. I mean that the episode that I've just watched does exactly what the kind of things that we were sort of like talking about. I was listening to an interview with Dan Stevens, and he was talking about like a lot of times when he's filming a scene, he has no idea what it's going to look like later on when he put it in post, because there's so many scenes and when he's not really attached to anything, and so he has no idea how it's going to look, which I thought was kind of cool. Yeah, kind of interesting.
Do you think they green screen a lot then?
I think a lot with him specifically, because he goes a lot of like when he's going in his mind and stuff. I don't know.
That sort of makes sense.
And there's also the sets are quite small and quite cramped and quite. So a lot of the times he's sort of like he does a little scene here, a little scene there, a little scene there, a little scene there. He's got no idea how it's gonna all, and it's so quick jumping wise.
Yeah.
So
fit together.
Yeah. So I've got nothing more to say on Legion. Check out our podcast for me.
I mean, I think it's the quality hasn't dropped at all from last week. I would say the first season is stronger than the second season overall so far, but they're different, and that's quite good. Yeah. So it's like that, it's the difficult second season situation where you have a really, really strong first season. Everybody, nobody sort of knows what's coming because nothing's, it didn't exist before the first season. Second season comes along, it's like the difficult second music album. How do you cope with that? Jessica Jones, not so well. Legion does it quite well, but I think I just enjoyed the first season more so far. Yeah. But that doesn't mean to say that the second season is not good. I think it's still really strong. I think it's very entertaining, very clever, very interesting. Yeah. Got a lot of good characters, and it doesn't, have that difficult second season.
Yeah, and what's really great about it is that is the lack of knowledge loads of people had in the first season, and the sort of like the too much knowledge that David has in the second season, and he just doesn't know what to do with it. I kind of like that flip reverse of the David character having the least amount of knowledge to having the most knowledge.
That's an interesting thing, part of it. Have we found out what the Hulk hands are about yet?
No, I didn't even look back. I said I would, but
we need to find out. We need to
I'll do that tonight.
I totally forgot about that until literally a second ago. So, maybe we can talk about that in the mini-sode or something.
Yeah. It's shall we move on to
we can do, because there's not much more to say about Legion other than it's really, really good.
We both gave it a very positive review.
Go out and watch it. If you like superhero stuff, you should love it because it's done really well. you don't like superhero stuff, you still might enjoy it because it's got a lot going for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, time for us to get lost in space, James.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
Um.
Well, the premise of the show.
Yeah,
which is a really easy one.
Based.
A bunch of people get lost in space.
Yeah. But they land on a planet. So there's not that much space in it. So if you're thinking, I expected more space in this show, you're going to be disappointed because there's a few things in space, but most of it's on the planet.
Define space though. Yeah. There's some ice space,
or maybe
desert space.
So do you think
some
it was
tree
like
space,
a mental space? Do you think the actual title is actually a play on words and actually about how the characters are thinking and how they're lost in their own space? No. Okay.
If we were talking about Legion, still maybe, but no. I think it's literally a bunch of people, humans, get lost in space, aka it's not Earth.
Yeah.
It's perhaps not even the Milky Way.
Did what was your initial? Should I go with my initial reactions or do you want to talk about yours?
Well, I went first on Deadpool, so
I binged the show. I found it was really, really easy to watch, and it's quite formulaic, and so I didn't, in terms of like a lot of the characters, and so I didn't really need to really concentrate on the first episode that much to understand who everybody was and why everybody was there. And I don't know, I just had it in the background, and I just got through the first episode, second episode, third episode, and I think I binged it in like 2 days. Like for me, it was like kind of like, I don't know, I just easier digestible, and I kind of liked when they spent money on the special effects. I thought it was really good, and I thought it was really exploratory. And when they found out different things about this world, I thought it was really interesting. Because it's not really integral to. Because a lot of the time when you see stuff, like, oh, this is really interesting. This thing is really interesting. Sometimes you think, oh, that's going to come up later on. There's a reason why they've introduced this, because later on it's going to become an integral part of the story. But there's lots of little things they introduced in Lost in Space in terms of the world that they're on. That it's just about the world that they're on. It's not integral to the story. I thought that was kind of interesting. I have no idea what you're about to say, but I look at the show quite positively, and I kind of like it, and I quite look forward to the second season. But then I had a group chat with some friends of mine, and they said, "Oh, did you see Lost in Space?" I said, "Yeah." I told them my opinions, and this show is not one direction. So you may, I have no idea what you think of it. So
do you think it's a bit of a Marmite show then?
I think it might be, because my friends hated it. They couldn't even get past the first episode. They were like, they found it really difficult, and they think I'm an idiot for even thinking it's okay. Never mind liking it. Are you about to call me an idiot, David?
Yeah.
How's that happen?
I didn't say idiot. I'm gonna be honest and say that I think I would be very good friends with your friends.
No.
Is that a polite way to put it? No, I don't think if you like, I don't think I'd call anybody an idiot for liking this show. That's harsh. But also, I would say that I've only seen 2 episodes, so I got a little bit further than your friends.
Yeah.
But I'm probably not going to go much further.
Okay.
It will be bottom of my list of things to watch if I'm on my own and I've got absolutely nothing else to watch. It's that poor that I would watch location over Lost in Space, and that's because I'm a huge fan of Kirsty and Phil. Just going to put it out there. Some people might call me an idiot for liking that.
Oh.
Who are Kirsty and Phil, James?
Yeah.
They're the presenters of Location.
Okay, sorry. Just thinking I remember them characters.
How do you not know? No, so it's not. It's So there's no such thing as bad movie or TV show. So my theory is that this show, Netflix, with this show, what they're trying to do is they're trying to hit a market in terms of binge watching that's not been hit before. And in that sense, I think this is clever. And I think, given the reactions that I've heard about, I haven't really looked into it myself that much, but I've heard that like people are loving it. So you're not alone, James. You're okay there. But I think what they've done, and like I say, I think this is quite clever, is that they've tried to create a show that families can binge together. Now, I think that is really clever move on Netflix's part. Yeah. Because if you think about it, you've got the kids area of Netflix and you've got the adult area, but there's not that much other than films in the middle. No. So parents and children can sit down together and enjoy family entertainment. Yeah. So I think if this was in cinemas, it would. If you think about it, there's nothing that violent going on. No. So it could even pass as a PG. Possibly a 12A if I don't know. I maybe
Probably
haven't
PG,
seen, but
actually,
So I think it's a really clever move in that sense, because there's not really that many shows out there that can honestly say that an adventure that families can sit down and binge watch together. So from that point of view, I think this show has got is a marketing piece of marketing genius in a way, or just a piece of creative genius in that sense. Yeah. However, for me as an adult viewer, I'm not watching it with kids, and you say that you've watched it in the background. I think if you sat down and you really concentrated on this show, you would realise how bad it sort of is, in a sense that so episode 2. So the first episode is sort of setting up the scene. It's okay. There's a bit of drama, but things happen. Like, so the girl gets stuck in the ice. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to give some spoilers away. Girl gets stuck in the ice. She's dying. There's a race against time for her to be saved, and like some things happen and it gets complicated, and it's really like, oh, what's going to happen? And I just turned to Rach and I was like, well, she's not going to die. She was like, why? And I was like, well, she's the only mixed race character in this show. They cannot kill her in the first 20 minutes. And I was right. Yeah. But and it's just stuff. You can just sort of see what's coming with the show. It's just clean. Like, everything about it is so clean cut and expositional as well. It reminds, watching it, we went to see Independence Day 2 together, and that whole film was expositional. Like, and what I mean by expositional is when characters' dialogue are explaining the story through every sort of piece of dialogue. Yeah. And to the point where it's like, I feel upset now. I am upset. Everybody listen to me because I'm really upset. You're like, no, just show us visually that you're upset. You don't need to tell us. And so there's points like that. It's like, and then there's points where somebody's like, oh, damn, that girl screwed me over. And then we see a flashback of how she screwed them over. It's like, we know, you've just showed us that there's an empty box and the flare is no longer in there. You've just shown us like the woman firing the flare and getting saved, and then you're going to show us a flashback of her putting a necklace on a tree, showing how you tricked the guy into stealing the flare. It's like, an adult audience can put those together, whereas a 7-8-year-old possibly can't.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me think this show is for that kind of audience, and I think that is really important to understand, because that doesn't make it a bad show. It just makes that it's not for me, because it's too. It's explaining everything through baby steps to me as I go through, as I'm watching it, and
now you're saying that, I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know why I liked it, because like you say, you're right. You're right.
Sorry, James,
by all means, you're right.
I don't want to ruin it for you. You know, if you got something out of it.
Yeah, I know. I kind of I don't know. I just thought I don't know. It was just. I think it was just like very easy to watch. I think my mind. Yeah, it might be too easy for a lot of people in terms of like it's trying too hard. I don't know. Like you say, I don't know. I think I enjoyed the little subtle things. I liked the way they didn't explain this. I mean, the mixed race girl didn't explain that relationship at first. They can get to like a good 3 episodes in before you actually know the relationship, and because obviously she's not blood, because like fully blood, because she's mixed race, and the rest of the family are white. And then the
well, there's only 2 ways that can go.
It's not even any one of them 2 ways either.
Is it? Well, spoilers. I don't care about spoilers, James.
You
so you can.
No one's gonna watch this show after this.
So, what's the spoiler? Is she adopted, or?
I thought you said one of 2 ways. Either.
No, she's either adopted,
the man,
or there's
dad,
a relationship between the mum or the father with somebody prior to.
I thought that was the 2 options, not the she's adopted.
Oh, right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That was one of my options.
I do know.
So
you can't,
I was wrong.
Yeah. It's.
Go on.
Yeah, and
try and save this show.
No, it's not safe. The show doesn't escalate in terms of the tone of the first 2 episodes is pretty much the tone of the whole show. So I'm not going to say, just get into it and you'll get into it.
So I don't need to watch anymore.
No, I don't need to watch anymore.
Know what it's like.
But like one thing which I really liked in it is that the score of it is really good. There's a theme tune to it, which they only show it twice. They only have it twice. After the whole series, there's one bit where they're getting out the ice, and they really put this theme on. That's a really cool theme. And then there's one bit near the end of the show, and I thought that's really cool. You're holding that card. That's not like a weekly thing. It's not like you're not doing that for like. I think you're holding that card. I thought that's kind of cool.
It's clutching at straws a bit though. That the theme tune, you can just listen to it on. Like...
No, it blends in really well.
It blends. Okay.
And then there's a few sort of creatures in the movie which only pop up every now and again, and they're kind of cool. And sometimes they're integral to the story, sometimes they're just there, and that's kind of cool. I just felt like when they explore the planet, I felt like I really appreciated the little details they added in. They didn't need to. They basically added
like
more.
Like a chicken. Is that a good detail?
No, but that's integral to that's the part of the storyline there.
Oh, okay.
Not integral to the storyline, but it's still part of the storyline. No, I just mean like in terms of like the environment, the planet, and how the planet's sort of different. And
okay.
I know the So basically, it's just the little things. So like, it's me as an audience member. Sometimes I like stuff. If I notice it, I'm rewarded. So I think this show, even though the comments you said, I think they also have little bits which are kind of rewarding for. Yeah. Well, certainly me who's noticed that, and I've only noticed that. I don't know.
Right.
Kind of interesting.
So because they're busy explaining everything that happens.
Yeah.
In every single scene.
Yeah.
I got some Oreos. Oh, you got the Oreos. Oh, well done. You did your job list. I did my job list.
See, I don't know. I
got the chariot.
I don't know why.
What are you doing now? I'm driving the chariot.
I thought, well, with that description, I don't understand why I like this and don't like Jane the Virgin.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's subjective, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it might be because what you were saying about Jane the Virgin you didn't like was that you couldn't watch it in the background because there was Spanish subtitles, whereas this film, it's all in English, apart from the occasional alien voice.
Yeah.
But even then, the child's going, tell it to walk. Walk, please.
Mm.
And then it walks. So, can you tell the thing to walk? Yeah. Let's tell him to walk.
And my friend said, like, oh, the kid is so annoying. He just can't even act.
Yeah.
I thought
Maxwell Jenkins.
His daughter was quite a good actor, not the mixed race one, the white one. Just quite good. I'll look into her and see if she does anything later on.
Mina Sandwall.
Uh-huh.
I think actually the three kid actors are they all seem like quite young and obviously, but I mean it's not like they've done loads of stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously the dad, Toby Stevens, has been in quite a lot.
Yeah.
Those award-winning films such as Die Another Day.
Yeah. He's in the TV circle Vexed. It's silly. It's silly, but I like it.
Well, Die Another Day.
Die Another Day was they just gave up, didn't they?
Just gave up making a movie halfway through.
Yeah, they just gave up. I mean, like Rosamund Pike is in there,
right?
And I think I just deleted it from my memory because when I look at her career, I think, oh wow, what a great career she's got. And then I was thinking about this the other day because I watched a new film which is terrible, which she's in. Wow, this is the only terrible film she's in, and then I thought, actually no, it's not the other one.
Yeah, so that's Toby Stevens. He's also in Black Sails as well. I've not seen that. Yeah. And a version of Jane Eyre in 2006.
Very nice.
But, however, Molly Parker actually,
the mother.
Yeah, the mother. She's really good in House of Cards.
Okay, cool. I do watch that many series of House of Cards.
She's been in quite a lot.
Yeah.
For me, she stands out because she's in House of Cards and a show called Goliath. But I think she's famous for Deadwood. Did you? No. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think one of her leading things on IMDb is the Deadwood thing. Sure. But yeah, she's really good in Goliath and House of Cards. So I'm hoping. Be interesting to see if there's a new season of House of Cards that ever. I think.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, just Kevin Spacey-less.
Yeah.
I imagine, but Goliath as well. I'm hoping that a season 2's coming out. I think for that. So I'll look forward to reviewing that actually. Cool. Yeah. Right. So that's Molly Parker who plays the mum, who's like a little bit annoying in this. In the sense that she's just being really like they're divorced and she's being really like I don't know, annoying.
I don't know why I could just because when you say all these points back, it's I agree with you.
Yeah,
I can't go back and when I watched it, I enjoyed it.
But that's because I think it's because it's very safe, isn't it? It's very clean. It's very safe.
Yeah.
There's lots of. It's got a very filmic vibe to it, actually, in that sense, where each episode there's sort of a goal introduced, and you see that play out, and from the 2 episodes that I've seen, those goals are quite similar.
Yeah.
Somebody's normally stranded somewhere on the planet that they have to then go and save somehow.
Yeah. They went to space and they got lost in that space.
Yeah. In that space. Yeah.
That's what it means. Every episode, they get lost in a space.
They get lost in a space.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a show that we should create. Where are you? I'm lost in a space. Don't worry, I'll save you. What happens when you save me? We'll eat Oreos together. It'll be great.
Like Quantum Leap, you wake up in a new space. Lost. Every episode. But it's I think
you just described Star Trek there, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Just like warp into a new space every episode.
Yeah. Well, it's a good concept, like Doctor Who. So, Shall we go into recommendations?
Yeah, I mean, well, I suppose it's pretty obvious who I'm recommending this series for, and I do stand by this. I do think this is a family show, and I think Netflix are trying to hit the family. We can all sit down, 8-year-olds can enjoy something with their mum, dad together, and I don't know, on a rainy day, binge watch it, or have a sort of Saturday evening before they go to bed. We watch an episode of Lost in Space sort of vibe. Yeah. So I do think it's really clever in that sense, and I do think if I was watching this as an 8, 9, 10-year-old, I would probably love it. So I think it's similar to sort of like Tomb Raider in that sense. So I think that's who I think this program is aimed at, and I think that's the target audience. And I think that if you are a part of that target audience, or if you're a parent looking for something to watch with your children that you're going to enjoy together, this is a really, really strong option, because it's got, like I say, it's got that filmic sort of feel to it. But it will explain everything to you, and so for a younger audience, that's great. And also, you don't need to worry about, well, from the 2 episodes that I've seen, you don't need to worry about violence or swearing or anything.
There's a few glimpses, but that's it, because of violence. But
but it's not anything you wouldn't see in like Star Wars or something. No. So I think it's okay in that sense. So that's who I'm recommending it for.
I would recommend it for anyone who's really, really into sci-fi but wants something in the background they don't have to pay attention to, because I got some enjoyment out of it. I think it was because it was like I binged it, but it was in the background. I wasn't like concentrating it fully, but I wanted to get on the next show. So if you like that twist of sci-fi and you want something in the background, and I think it has that perfect sort of like mid status where you're sort of subconsciously watching it while you're doing stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Give it a try. It's very consistent. So after the first half of the first episode, you'll know if it's for you, because surprisingly it was for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's annoying. And for me, expositional. To like explaining what's going on through.
I normally hate dialogue. That, but I don't know. There's just something about it for me. It just had a little bit of charm.
But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, because I got that sort of. It's got that very American sort of cleanness to it, which
did you watch it a week to week as well?
Well, I mean, I watched one episode and then I left it about a week before watching the second episode, and both were a struggle.
I wanted to watch the second episode, so I had a different viewing experience.
To be honest, like we only gave the second episode a go because we met some other people who said, "Oh, it gets better," and
lies.
yeah. So
it's very, very consistent, but I think I don't know, I think very quickly, because I think it's like that from the very start. So like I say, if you've been bouncing around for like half an hour trying to find something to watch, because it does have some good production value in terms of effects.
Oh yeah, actually, to be fair, the effects are quite good in it. Although some of the planet, some of the creatures. I don't know. No, not the creatures. I think, and the robot things.
The robot
very impressive.
Clearly, a guy inside a suit, but
it's really well done.
Get over that and like.
No, but I think it's like. I think they've done a pretty good job with the special effects, but it's not the best.
Background viewing for people who like sci-fi stuff. Possibly.
Or binge watching for families. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So next week.
Next week we're gonna do a mini.
No, we're gonna look at Westworld.
We're doing Westworld.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
We've got to get Westworld in there.
Go.
For the month of. So yeah, if you've heard our other podcast, you'll know that there's going to be a delay for the Han Solo review. Yeah. But I think we've got time for Westworld next week.
Yeah, I could catch up with that.
Have you?
I've not seen it anyway.
Ooh, okay. So
is it the second season or third season?
It's the second season.
Cool. So I'll catch up on the first season.
Yeah. Cool. So we can cover both.
Cool.
If you get time.
Yeah. So the second season already on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. What episode are we out to?
4.
Cool. I see what I can.
Obviously, I've seen it, so I won't say too much. About looking forward to it or not looking forward to it. But in terms of in your mind, what is this? What is Westworld about? Do you think?
A lot of rich people get to experience a virtual world, but the virtual world, things inside the virtual world start to want to leak into the normal world, and it becomes a fight between the virtual reality and the real reality. Is sort of the impression I get from the trailers. So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't really know that much more of it.
Interesting.
I know they start to.
I think you already know more than I did when I watched the first season. So that's interesting. Because I just went into it knowing there's there's an old version of it and it's about like some like virtual reality. That's sort of all I knew.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm interesting. I'm looking forward. I tell you what, I am looking forward to talking about it.
Cool.
I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
So we can maybe squeeze Westworld in, but also do a little bit of a mini-sode because of the lack of Han Solo stuff. So I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
So if anybody who hasn't heard the mini-sode, what we do at the end of each month. Although I don't know, I'm saying about the mini-sode, but like it's still going to be. Is it going to be May when we review Han Solo still?
If we review Han Solo on the 1st of June, which will be the week after.
Oh, so it'll be June. Yeah. So we might not be able to include Han Solo in the May mini-sode because. So we'll perhaps consider that a June release. But what we do at the end of each month is we just have a chat about all the kind of things that we've seen, and we highlight our favourites and our not so favourites, and then recommend a couple of shows that you haven't seen. So that show is spoiler free. So you're welcome to watch that, listen to that, and
YouTube,
check out the so you can listen to the April one. The April one's out there, spoiler free. It's just a little like review. But if you have been listening to our podcast and you think, I don't need to listen to the mini-sode, one of the things that we do on there is recommend some shows that you might not have seen or heard of. So if your opinions kind of match ours, it's worth having a listen for that. And that's my mini-sode plug there, James. Did you like that?
And
is that good?
We also sort of estimate what sort of shows with films with shows will. Actually, you already said that. Sorry, I'm just going. I'm late. I'm tired.
No, I didn't mention the fact that we look forward to what's coming up in June. I didn't mention that.
Cool. We just look forward to. We just sort of guess what we might be reviewing. We did actually say about Westworld then. So. Yeah.
I've got it all in my head. I'm the TV show guy. You're the film guy, and that's how we work. That's how we roll.
But I suppose we'll see you next week. Hope you enjoy the sunshine. It's out.
I hope it lasts. Yeah. Okay.
Should we? Yeah. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all that. Subscribe, recommend to a friend, and leave a comment if you've got anything to say.
Yeah. Getting good at that plug, James. Nailing it.
We know what we're doing. We're good.
We're pros.
Yeah. All right. Well, peace out from us, and have a good week.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bye.